Hello everyone, this video is to show you how you can quickly take the pollution data, do the data preparation, and then you can load it into a MySQL server. From there, how you can create a business story quickly, how you can do the self-explanatory of the data. So let me log into the platform. So once I log in, you can just go to the data center. So as this is a CSV file, we need to import the CSV file into the platform. So let me go and create a new data sandbox. You can click on plus and then go to the data sandbox here and give a data sandbox name as pollution data city wise. And then I'll just choose the pollution data what you have shared. I'm just taking into this. And then I'll click on save. So I'll give a description also. This data as the pollution information info for cities. Just save it. So once I click on save, if you notice that it is getting uploaded 100%. Once it is uploaded 100%, it will be listing inside the sandbox. It's getting loaded into the sandbox. Here you will be having the information button, and then that puts file status. You know the file uploaded successfully. Then you can just click on this data preparation step, so which takes us to into the data preparation section, where you can just start doing your data preparation, whether what are the columns is required. If you need to do any transformation in it, you will be able to do it here. So for example, if I'm saying here this unnamed column is there, I don't need this, so I'm just deleting this particular column. And then I feel like almost all the required things are fine. And then I just changing this temporal college. Instead of dot, I'm just giving underscore here. I'm just renaming the columns underscore, and here also I'm giving underscore, and then submit. So what happens is the column name changes. So the column name changes here. So now we can just export the steps. I'll just edit the data preparation name also, rename the columns, or I'll just say data prep for pollution data. And then I'll just, if you see here, you'll be able to see what are the steps we have done here. One, we have deleted the column. Other one is we have done the rename of the temporal coverage column. And then here you could see a lot of transformations, which helps us to do any kind of transformation or conversion of the columns. Everything we can do it from here. And this profiling column helps us to understand what kind of data it has and what kind of profiling we have to do on each thing. So if you notice this, what kind of ranges it is there and what kind of info and what is the pattern of it, everything you'll be able to see. So if you're seeing this city town, you can notice like how the words are there and what is the pattern of it and how many records are there for it and what is the basic info. We are having 500 records and valid is 500 valid records is there, and out of that 497 distinct records is there. So this information we'll be getting when you are doing this data preparation itself. Once it is done, and you can just edit this name of it. It's auto save, so whenever you don't need to save it separately, it is auto save. So you can just click on back. So if you're clicking on back, automatically you'll get a pop-up saying that you have this file has been saved. Now, the platform provides the capability to use this preparation into the pipeline, as well as you can use this into any other places wherever you wanted to use in data science lab, or you wanted to use it in any other steps inside the platform data loading process. So now, this particular changes what we have done, or whatever the preparation we have done here, it will be available for us in the data pipeline. So now the reason why we need to go to data pipeline is this platform is capable enough to productionize the things faster. So if you notice this is a single file what we are working on, but you consider that we are going to get multiple files or the same file structure, we are going to get a file daily. Then we can just configure this into a SFTP location, and whenever a new file comes in, it will start doing the process for us and it will load it into the database.
So let me go to the pipeline and how we can start using the pipeline for loading the file. So I just came to pipeline. I'm going to create a new pipeline with name pollution data load, and I'm saving this. Now I will use a monitoring component, which will be there with me on the, you can search for it or you can just look for the consumers. You will be having this SFTP monitor component. You have to configure the details and make it as real time, configure it with the details what is required for, configure the details. Once the details are configured, we can just validate it. So this is the place where I'm going to drop the file, and this is the place where the particular component will read and write the file to a copy directory. This one only will be giving in the stream reader component also. I can validate here. So validate is done, and can save this component and save the pipeline. Now I will be using a event here. E1. Add that event. I just drag and drop into the pipeline, and then I'll add a stream reader component also here, which is going to read our data from the particular destination which this monitoring component has put. Now I will be configuring this also real time. I'll be configuring these details with the record information. This also I have configured. So if you notice, like I have given the path and I'm giving a slash because we have to read the file after the inside the folder. So I have configured this SFTP and CSV, what is the headers, info schema, all the things, and then I'll validate it once. So connection is valid. I'm saving this component and I'm updating this component. Now I will add one more event here. So I'll just drag and drop this. Now we have done a data preparation inside our data sandbox. Let me start drag and dropping the data preparation component here. So I'll just map this. So whatever the data preparation we have created there will be listing here. So I'm just taking it from sandbox. What is the sandbox name? I can just go and check data city wise, and then the preparation is this. Just save it, and then I'll configure this. The basic is real time. I'll configure this. What happens is once the data started to flow from this events, and this data will get transformed using this data preparation component, and we'll be adding one more event here. E3, add this, and then drag and drop here. I'll save the pipeline. Next is I would like to write this into a MySQL. So I'm just using a writer component. I'll use my RDBMS writer. I will be configuring my RDBMS writer with the required details. So I have entered the details of my server and which database it has to write, what is the data table name, and I'm writing to a MySQL driver. So I just click on it and I validate my connection. My connection should validate successfully, and then I can save this pipeline. Now I'll update this pipeline. So whatever the process I need to do, it is done. So once I drag and drop the file into the SFTP folder, it starts to load the process, and you'll be getting the output in the RDBMS component. I'm activating the pipeline now. So let me see all the components has come up or not. Looks like the components are coming up. SFTP reader and monitor has come up. RDBMS writer is yet to come up. I think all the components has come up now. Then now we can drag and drop the file in the monitoring. So let me drag and drop the polluted cities data file into this, and then we'll go and start monitoring the pipeline, whether the pipeline is processing the file and we are getting the data. So if you notice in the refresh, you can just see this. It started to file name is this, and the SFTP started reading the file from this one. Let me refresh. It is sent to the data to the event, and then data preparation sending out to the data event, and then successfully send the data to the out event. It's because the real time the data, whatever data comes in, it's getting processed. RDBMS writer is writing the data to pollution data city, and we should be getting a successful message. Let me go and see. So for now I can show you how this is being moved. In this particular event, you can just see there's a file coming, this file is being read in this event, and what are the data preparation steps we have done there. It will be implemented in top of this. You can just do the preview of it. Here you can just see this temporal coverage. We have done the changes in this, and then we have removed the first one, so position is there, and then we need to check whether the file is getting written into the file or table or not. Writing into the table, so configurations, we can just write till the file is getting written into the table. So the data is getting successfully completed to the event. Now I can go and check whether that table has been created and it's having the data in this or not. You just go here. Okay, let me refresh the connection. Let me refresh this database. And then let me search for P pollution. So here I could see this pollution data city. Now let me check view data, whether the data is there in it or not. Yes, it is there, and with the changes whatever we have implemented, and then now I can just check all the records are there or not. Yeah, I'm having 500 records in it, so I think the file is also having 500 records. Now we are good to write any kind of self-explanatory or data store on top of it, or queries on top of it, on top of this particular table, and use it inside the platform. So let me show you how it can be done. For this, we need to get into the data center first. Let me leave from this. Let me go to the data center. I need to create a connector. I just click on plus data connector, MySQL. I'll just do my configuration of the database. So I have entered the required details, and I can click save. What happens is that there will be a connection established from this to that. Now I can start writing a data store from here. I'll just select data store name is, I'll just give us stuff. I will enable the scheduler, then click on next. What happens is it will convert everything into the required dimension and measures here. So here you can just see the city, town, everything is being converted in measures. The position here, if you wanted to convert as a dimension, you can click on this. If you don't want this C column, you can just move it to dimension. I'm doing this, I just have a small hierarchy created here. So I just use a country wise and then city. So this will be the hierarchy I have done. I just click on next. Now if you wanted to give any row level restriction, we can go ahead and create here, or right now I'm not doing it, I'm just going to refresh it. I'm just enabling it yearly once for the month of May. Just let me create a finish. So once I do the finish, what happens is the data will start loading into the data store. It'll get an update in the last scheduled status, the data load completed. Now I can go to my landing page. So now we can start creating the business story. Click on this and I'll select the pollution what I have to do, and then I'm changing the, giving the name here, city pollution analysis, and then select which one and then save it. Once I click on save, I should be taken into the creation design canvas. This is the end tool. Let me drag and drop this year and then maybe the PM 10. So now I'll get this information. If I wanted to start using it as max, I just max PM of each year. So I'll be getting it. I can save this information, and then I can start creating one more based on the year wise, or based on the country wise, what is the max PM, and 10 and max PM 25. I just create max, apply, and then I can just go for max, apply, and save this. So this information I can plot it down here, and then I can keep increasing the size of it. And if I wanted to have a time series here, I can just go here and enable the slider. So if once I enable the slider, I'll be able to drag to this and then get this information. So by this way, we will be able to start using the business story to do the data exploration. So we are having a search query also. So here I can just say country wise max pm 10. So I'll just click on search. I should be getting an output based on each country, what is the max values, and then I can give a like. And if I wanted to pin this into the dashboard, pin this into the business story, I can just click on this pin. It will be available for me for the analysis. I can just move it. I can save here. So by this way we can quickly start loading our data into a platform, do the data preparation, export the preparation into pipeline, use an SFTP connector to start loading the file into the pipeline, and do this preparation component in the middle, so that we'll have this information, like we'll have this preparation component. Just let me go to the pipeline one. We can have the preparation component and we can write it into any kind of RDBMS, and then we can use our data center by creating a data connector and a data store, and then we can get it created from the business story for the data exploration. Thanks.